The police never found the body. Not the child's, not the intruder's, but every night at exactly 12:41 a.m., the same emergency line still lights up. And when someone answers it, the voice on the other end already knows their name. This is the reason I quit after 9 years as a police dispatcher. This is the final call I was warned never to talk about. And if you're listening to this late at night, you should know one thing first. Some calls don't come from houses, they come from whatever followed the victim home. I worked as a police dispatcher for almost a decade, and for most of that time, I believed I had seen the worst of humanity. I was wrong. The worst thing I ever encountered didn't come from a criminal or a victim or even a tragic accident. It came through a phone line that should never have connected in the first place. And it happened on my last shift. I started dispatching when I was 22, fresh out of community college and desperate for something stable. The job paid well for a small coastal town in northern Oregon, and I figured I could handle it. I told myself I was level-headed, calm under pressure, good at separating emotion from duty. For years, that was true. I talked people through heart attacks, I'd listened to domestic violence unfold in real time, I'd stayed on the line while officers kicked in doors and paramedics pronounced time of death. You learn to compartmentalize. You learn that every call ends eventually. That belief carried me through 9 years, until the final one. My last shift was supposed to be quiet. It was a Tuesday night in late October, rain tapping against the station's reinforced windows, fog rolling in thick from the bay. I was alone in dispatch after midnight, sipping burnt coffee and counting down the hours until my replacement arrived. I'd already put in my notice. I was burned out, tired, ready to leave the voices behind. At 12:41 a.m., the phones had been silent for almost a half hour. Then my screen lit up. No caller ID, no GPS location, no callback number. That wasn't normal. Still, I adjusted my headset and answered automatically. 911, what's the nature of your emergency? For a moment, there was nothing. Then I heard breathing, slow, careful, like someone trying not to be heard. Hello? I prompted. A child's voice responded, barely above a whisper. Are you the police? Something tightened in my chest. Yes, I said gently. You've reached emergency services. Can you tell me where you are? The child hesitated. I'm at home. I think someone else is here. My spine stiffened. Okay, I said, keeping my tone steady. What's your name? Lucas. He couldn't have been older than 8. All right, Lucas. Do you know your address? I heard muffled movement on the other end, the faint rustle of paper. It's on the fridge, but I don't want to go out there. Stay where you are, I told him immediately. Just tell me what room you're in. My bedroom. I typed rapidly, dispatching officers to the address once he whispered it to me. It was a small house near the edge of town, backed by forest. Response time would be at least 10 minutes. Too long. Lucas, I said, is there anyone else in the house with you? My mom's at work. My dad doesn't live here anymore. I nodded, though he couldn't see it. Did you see anyone, Lucas? No, he said quickly, but I heard them. What did you hear? Footsteps. Not running, not sneaking, just walking, like they belonged there. As we spoke, something felt off. The audio was too clear, no static, no distortion. It sounded like Lucas was sitting in the room with me. Lucas, I asked, are all the doors locked? I think so, he whispered, but they're trying the hallway door. My fingers dug into the desk. Okay, I want you to get somewhere safe, a closet maybe, somewhere you can hide. I'm under my bed. I always hide here when I'm scared. The word always bothered me. Before I could respond, a low sound drifted through the headset. A voice, adult, male. Lucas, it called calmly. My blood went cold. Lucas, I said quickly, do you recognize that voice? He started crying. It sounds like my dad, but my dad doesn't talk like that. What do you mean? It sounds like him, but wrong, like he's copying. The voice called again, closer this time. Lucas, come out. I glanced around the empty dispatch room, suddenly very aware of how alone I was. Lucas, I said firmly, that is not your dad. Do not answer him. The footsteps grew louder. He whimpered. He's standing outside my door. I checked the unit tracker. 8 minutes out. Too far. Lucas, I said to myself, I need you to stay completely still. Don't make a sound. I'm scared, he sobbed. I know, but you're doing great. I'm right here. Something scraped against the door on his end. Nengiels, slow, deliberate. Then laughter, not loud, not mocking, curious, like it was learning how. My stomach turned. Lucas, I whispered, what do you see? I can see its feet. What did they look like? There was a long pause. They're backwards. My heart stuttered. Lucas, I said carefully, listen to me carefully. No matter what you hear, do not come out. There was silence. Then a soft voice. Lucas, the lady on the phone can't help you. A wet sound followed, like something smiling too wide. I can. The screaming stopped abruptly. The line went dead. Officers arrived 90 seconds later. The house was empty. No signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, no Lucas. Just his bedroom and deep scratches under the bed. Scratches that looked like something had tried to crawl back out. I quit the next morning, didn't wait out my notice, didn't look back. For months, I slept with the lights on. Then the calls started again. At night, my phone ringing, no number. When I answer, there's breathing, waiting, learning. And sometimes, a child's voice asks me if I'm still there.